In this video I'm going to look at the difference in braking performance between two cars. First one is this 1998 Porsche Carrera 2, which is running 318mm diameter, 28mm thickness discs on the front with 4 piston calipers. And the second car is this 2003 BMW E46 M3 CSL. This one isn't running standard brakes, it's got AP Racing 6 piston calipers with 356mm diameter, 32mm thickness discs on the front. They're both running 4 piston calipers on the rear. The main thing I'm looking for in this test is how quickly the brake application comes on. So when you press the pedal, how quickly does the vehicle develop the full braking force? From driving the car, it's obvious that the BMW develops the force a lot more quickly, but I'm going to be looking at the data to confirm that. So here we have the two sets of data loaded in. The top set of data is from the 996, the bottom set from the CSL. The red line is the speed trace, the blue line is the acceleration, and the orange line is the jerk rate, which is how quickly the acceleration is applied. So for a very good braking system where the brakes are coming in very quickly, you'd expect to see a very high jerk rate. So I've selected the start of the braking from the 996. I've taken it down to around about 0.95 G because that's about the same as what the CSL was developing, or close to 1 G. And on the 996 that took 0.29 of a second to develop, during which the speed decreased by 3.2 miles per hour, covering a distance of 7.9 meters with a peak jerk rate of minus 4.9 G per second. So just under 5 G per second. And in comparison, the CSL data here, just select this. This start of the braking is now occurring in 0.16 of a second, so almost twice as quickly. The change in acceleration is around about the same, close to 0.95 G. The speed change is only 2 miles per hour, so it's happening much more quickly in a distance of 4.6 meters. So basically within one vehicle length at 65 miles per hour, we've gone from 0 G to almost 1 G. And the peak jerk rate on this is minus 7.6 G per second, so 50% higher jerk rate. And this is very noticeable in the car. It does feel like the CSL has much more servo assistance on the brakes. They do feel very sharp. It's very awkward when getting from driving the 996 a lot to getting into the CSL. You touch the brakes and you feel like you're going to go through the windscreen. They come on very quickly, and that's clearly shown in the data here. So I'll just have a look in the data to see how long it takes to scrub off the first 10 miles per hour. So if I select this, so this will give us some insight into the start of braking. So on the CSL, that's half a second, 14 meters to take off 10 miles per hour. And on the 996, it's taking 0.59 seconds and 15.25 meters. So it's taking longer time and further distance to scrub off that first speed. So if this was on a track application, you'd be able to brake later in the CSL because the brakes are being applied much more quickly.